Yo, it's Try Guys, aka Harambe, going all the way into a new video, and welcome back to episode number 4 of the podcast series of Why You Mudkipped, here with myself and my co-host partner, the Lobster himself. And yeah, these series have been fun. We are up to episode number 4, and this week we are joined by somebody who's probably going to murder me and come for my throat at some point during these questions. We are joined by the one, the only Minty today. How are you doing, Minty? Great response. How are you, Lobster?
I'm fine.
That's why we're
Awesome otters.
Yeah, so we're working with the wide chat. This is where we do our podcast show. If you want to follow the new podcast channel, it's MintyMystique Podcast. Take you to the YouTube. Episode 1 is up. If you guys got any questions in chat you would like to ask Minty, you're more than welcome to do so as well. First off, let's just start this off. Are you here, Minty? Have we got you finally?
I pushed it off. I had to hold my laugh the entire time. Holy shit!
Yeah, you can see why I can't keep a straight face during this. That's one reason.
Oh, it's only going to get worse. But how are you today, Minty, to start off with this?
I am exhausted. I was doing a whole bunch of work around the house, and I was just like, I get to finally relax. I'm so happy.
Is this what it's called relaxing? I don't think this is relaxing. This is interrogation.
For me, like, this is kind of going in depth a little bit. I have like an on and off switch when it comes to my IRL stuff and Minty. Like, they're two different people essentially. So when I'm able to turn on Minty, that's when I become more relaxed.
So, to start off with this episode, do you want to introduce who you are and, you know, about yourself?
Introduction? Okay. Yeah. Hi, I am MintyMystique. I am a university student, full-time, kind of just part-time gamer. In the evenings, you've seen me probably hanging about in VC while everyone's doing games and all that. I do a lot of social deduction, primarily modded Among Us, Town of Salem 2, as well as the occasional like code names or whatever.
So obviously, if you want to check out Minty, it's MintyMystique Minty. There'll be a command for to go and follow, and you know, hopefully she streams more. But
well, assuming my schedule allows me, but
yes, yeah, obviously. But we'll dive right into the questions. I have to behave somewhat, guys. My throat may be in jeopardy after this, but we'll go with the flow and see how it goes. So the first game we've got to bring it into is Among Us, because we all play Among Us here.
Right.
Obviously, you like certain roles, and a certain somebody always tries to give you a vampire role, and it never goes well in the end. So, why do you dislike the vampire role?
I mean, I just like being killer in general, just because I was never really a good liar. I tend to gaslight more than I do actually just straight up lying. From what I've noticed, I don't like lying to my friends. It doesn't feel right for me.
Yeah. And you also just love shooting out when I try and get to make funny moments. Especially when you snitch or vigilante.
Oh, snitch? Don't even try to convert me when I'm snitch, because I will 100% out you. I do not care.
I found out the hard way when I tried to convert them. It was like, no, no. But yeah. What other games do you play other than Among Us?
A lot of... I tend to be into, like, Town of Salem 2. I realize that, like, better Town of Salem 2 has been kind of on the rise nowadays, especially in, like, Chilled's lobby. and I've been just wanting to try to get into that a bit more. Occasional code names here and there. It's very rare that I actually do that, but Among Us tends to be like my primary go-to.
Yeah. What game have you never played which you will never try? And why?
A game that I haven't played that I never try. Ooh. There's a good couple. Oh. So the thing is, like, I kind of want to say Valorant, low-key, because just generally speaking, they have, like, a very toxic community where me being a woman, just a woman gamer in and of itself is already dangerous enough, hence why I don't even use a face cam when I stream. So it's just like, I don't want to deal with that toxicity, especially when I still have so much more room to grow in terms of maturity as a gamer.
Is there any other than that, or just Valorant?
I don't think I could ever understand Fortnite, to be completely honest. Like, I know how much you both love it. It's just like, I could never bring myself to do it. Just because if I don't understand it, and if I can't get it straight away, I'm just like, fuck this, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's when I say that we love it, that's a little bit of a stretch in this. It's
I understand, but it's like,
it's
especially with the last couple, yeah. But like, you both understand it and are a lot more into it more than me, and I'm just like, I'm just here existing half the time.
Nodders.
Is it time? You know what? Yes, it is time to get this. We'll get some spice in this, and my throat is definitely going to be intact in this one. Totally not. So, as we all know, there's a massive debate going on right now, as we had on the series.
I am mudkipped. I'm just saying it right now. I am mudkipped.
Okay. Then, if you don't want to answer the question what was coming, which is, you know what I mean, it was going to be, just for the viewers, why does pineapple belong on pizza? But, obviously I understand. But, this is the alternative. Would you rather play Fortnite and Valorant for the rest of your game, like, every day, for 12 hours straight, or have pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple on pizza. Sorry, I'd rather do that because it's something that I can do in moderation rather than doing the 12 hours. Like, if you had me at, like, say 3 hours each, then probably that, but 12 hours, like, straight, even,
I know, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just couldn't.
The reason for the extremeness was to see if you would go for the pizza opposite, because I know you hate it.
No, absolutely. I understood that part, but it was just like, that one was kind of just obvious.
Yeah. So, obviously, top three, you know what, we'll do top 2 games of all time. Can be any console, anything. Your top 2 favourite games.
Top 2 favorite, well, first place, obviously, goes to Among Us, just because Among Us, I've been playing it for so long. It's basically how I got my start in the gaming community. So there's a lot of sentimental value for that. And then second is Town of Salmon 2, because, like, sure, I still play it a lot, and I did mention it earlier, but there's a lot of like reworks that have been done with some of the roles from Town of Salem 1 as well as some of the new ones that we've gotten that I think put a lot more value into the game compared to the original.
Talking on your experience, how you got into the gaming world and that, why did you want to become a gamer, streamer, and what's your plans going forward with it?
Plans going forward, I'm just going to start off with that. Plans going forward is just going to be really whenever I have the free time and I'm not super stressed to be able to do it. I'm just kind of just sticking what I'm doing, whatever happens, happens. As regards to the streaming, it was kind of unintentional, I would say. A lot of it started off because I started off as a moderator for Ari Bunny, and she would always have these community lobbies that I was taking a part of. One of the members of the community was hosting her own lobbies as well, and she was looking for people to kind of fill in for that. So eventually I became a regular in those lobbies. Things evolved later on and started becoming part of like larger lobbies to where we are today.
Do you ever see where do you see yourself in 6 years from now?
6 years is kind of a difficult thing because at the end of this next academic year, I'm going to be receiving my certification in teaching math to grades 7 through 12. So obviously I'm going to be more committed time-wise to that than I am to gaming. So it's really kind of difficult to see where I'm going to wind up in 6 to 10 years, whatever.
Okay. What was your dream job as a child?
Become a teacher.
What type of teacher?
Couldn't figure it out at the time. Like, I knew I wanted to be a teacher from a very young age, and then throughout the years became increasingly proficient in math. So figured why not combine the two.
So for example, we're talking about dreams and all that, and you said you had this dream since, being a teacher. If you wasn't a teacher, like you didn't dream a bit like other than a teacher, if you could be anything in the world, what would you have chose?
That's honestly kind of a loaded question because there's two different sides to it. Because one side is just solely taking the education aspect out of it. Then at that point, it would kind of just be gaming full time, pretty much trying to see what money I can make off a stream. Obviously, that doesn't pay as much, but still, I find so much joy with like streaming and stuff that there's really nothing there. There's nothing there, but like there's nothing else besides that. If we're talking about like a different occupation entirely, I have absolutely no clue. Like, honestly.
So, keeping to gaming related things for now. Yes, I said for now. Is there any gonna be merch in the future?
Maybe a few years down the line if I continue to do it, but at the moment I can't even see myself doing any merch right now because I can't even afford to get food at this point.
Go on, Lobster, you can ask the next one.
Okay. Which question? Me thinking like I have multiple questions on my little sticky note. It's definitely one certain question. But like I know some other people might know that you have done marching band in the past. So like, what is like your favorite instrument? I don't know.
So You say favorite when I've only played 2 actual instruments throughout my entire music career. And those 2 being tenor sax, which is my native, and then I did cymbals for my high school and their drum line for a season and a half because of COVID.
Yeah. Well, when I say favorite instrument, like, it doesn't have to be one that you played. Like, if it has some influence because you played it, makes sense. But just in general, your favorite instrument.
A saxophone, like any type of saxophone, really. Just it's always kind of drawn me in like any musical piece. Like, say, try and think of a notorious piece that has a saxophone in it. And I blank it completely. But it's just what I've been drawn to. I have an immediate relative who mained in alto, was in mummers for a good couple of years, so obviously there's some bias there, but yeah.
So who do you look up to? Like, who inspires you to be you?
If we're talking about IRL, then obviously, like, my parents, really just kind of everyone around me. If we're talking about, like, my IRL stuff, when it comes to, like, my gaming self, I think we can all kind of say that Ricky's kind of been a big one, because he's... I'm trying to figure out the right words to say, but he's kind of been the higher... I don't want to say higher figure in the lobbies that we're usually in, but, like, because he's the host, obviously, type of thing. Heck, obviously, Germ for, like, the social deduction stuff. Obviously, you two. There's a whole lot of people. Like, I could go on. I don't want to ramble on too long.
Okay. We'll spice them. We'll think.
I'm sorry. I'm, like, so nervous. I've never done this.
It's all good.
It's all good. Trust me, we're never serious. We're unprepared as well, and the nervousness and the unexpected is what makes it so fun, because you never know what's going to get said, and you never know what's going to happen. So, but you know, we're gamers, we're streamers. We're
just vibing.
Yeah, we're vibing.
Yeah. Well, I try before the next question, because I have 2 fun facts. I'm gonna
spicy.
stick one in now. Oh yeah, changing up today. I am prepared today. This one is a little bit of a smaller fact, but because of this, like, the saxophone, like, mentioned, the inventor of the saxophone is Adolphe. I can't say it. It's like Adolphe Sax, and they made, like, the first saxophone, which is cool. Yeah. I'll type it in chat because I can't say words, but it's a fun fact. It makes sense why it's named
when you get around to edit it, just put the name on the screen, please.
Yeah, I said in chat because I have chat open. Adolphe Sax.
Adolphe Sax. I probably said it absolutely wrong, but
it's
Adolf.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Words are my strong suit, as we have learned on
I
multiple
feel like
occasions.
I was just saying it because I feel like I've heard the name before, and I'm like,
Yeah. It's like, it's a European name, which the person was born in Belgium and died in Paris. So
yeah, Adolf sounds about right then.
yeah, I could tell there's like an accent part to it, but I couldn't figure it out because it's me.
Because it's you.
It's me. I didn't feel like looking into it.
So then, back to some more questions after that we're fed to the day. If you could go to 2 places in the world, where would it be? And why?
So, the first one I've kind of mentioned to you both before, but not really too much else. The first place I'd immediately want to go is South Korea. I was like looking back on this. I think it's been 11 years since I've gotten into K-pop and Korean culture, and just kind of want to test myself in a ways for how much Korean I've actually picked up. A second place I'd want to go. Ooh, that's a thinker. Hold on. Second place, I think probably France, just for the fun of it. Okay.
Would you eat frog legs?
I mean, we'll see. I have absolutely no clue.
I wouldn't. It's above my. It's too
frog legs?
Yeah, I would eat frog legs.
Okay,
They taste like
no.
chicken.
I've got something to say on that. Hold on. I'm actually going to come for your throat on that.
There's the throat.
All you freaking eat are gonna like burgers and chips half the time, dude. Like, of course you wouldn't.
Exactly. But you mentioned Korean. Can you say hi? My name is Minty in Korean. A demonstration.
안녕하세요, 민티입니다.
Better. But my grade, guys. That's not my grade, but a demonstration at least. Oh, okay. Speaking on the topic of, going places and that, if you could choose, we'll go with 7. 7 people you would want to meet, and why? Top 7.
Okay. Obviously you two. You two are like kind of top of the list pretty much, just because the three of us have all kind of been close for quite some time now. I'd love to meet you both in person. Would want to meet Kara and Dorian. I don't really have reasons why. I'm kind of just naming at this point.
Interesting.
It's like, because all the reasons are basically the same. Like, I've gotten along with these people kind of well, and I just, like, for the fun of it type of thing. So that's 4. Ricky would be 5. I need 2 more. There's so many to choose from, man. What the hell?
To be fair, you got out scot-free from the game question one. You only had to say 2. Everyone else has had to say like 5.
Well, because I'm not adventurous enough, especially because I'm a full-time student. Like, literally, I'd be going from my classes and tutoring and stuff, immediately going into lobbies. Like, that's been practically my entire day, sometimes. I need 2 more. Crap, I need 2 more. Wait, who do I have DMs with? Hold on.
We love Soul
and Crazy Chris.
Okay. Why?
Dude, I just told you all the reasons are going to be the same. It's just like literally, there are people that I've kind of grown close to, throughout the time that I've been active as a gamer, and it's just like, why not?
Okay. Moving on. What's the most embarrassing moment what has happened to you online and real life?
Both?
Yep.
Most embarrassing, I could say my IRL one really quickly. So, we were talking about marching earlier, and it's very glad that you actually mentioned it earlier, Lobster. I started marching during my 8th grade year. It was the first year that our high school program allowed 8th graders to join. I may or may not have face planted during the first competition. And we were marching on like actual grass, and the way that you kind of have to march backward is literally like on the balls of your feet. Yeah. So not having like a stable balance, and it had just raised, the grass was actually wet. So my foot slipped, the saxophone came down with me. My mouth hit the upper piece of the mouthpiece of the saxophone, and I had to buster up a lip for a week, and like couldn't play the rest of my music because I did something with my saxophone.
Yeah, that's definitely on the rougher side.
Most embarrassing thing I've done online. I honestly don't think I have one because I'm like super hyper anxious when it comes to like any interaction. So I choose like my words very carefully. I try to keep everything to like very reserved type of thing. I don't really think I have a most embarrassing moment online.
Yeah, the introvertness.
The introvertness is coming out.
Yeah, because I know how that feels. Because very early on, with me online as well, I was very similar. But because I've got a little bit more comfortable around many people, I've started to let loose a little bit of stuff, as we've seen over time as well. So I completely understand like that type of statement.
Are you planning on ever doing a charity stream or a stream which is longer than 24 hours?
Stream longer than 24 hours would obviously have to be kind of a post-graduation thing where I could at least like have a bit more freedom with everything. Regarding a charity stream, like I would want to do a charity stream. I actually, even before the rebrand, I did a charity thing back then. So I would definitely want to do one again. It's just like finding the right time to be able to do it at a time that's convenient for most people to be online. And it's just like, ah.
So we talk about, I'll be very delicate with this situation and not fret too much. If I need to get slapped, I probably will. But what made you come up with Minty, and how you liking your new name?
So this actually isn't a sensitive topic at all. It might be sensitive in the way that it came to be, just because of the controversy around the entire concept of everything. But MintyMystique was quite literally a name that generated from AI. Well, because prior to the rebrand, I was known amongst many people as like the Green Axolotl. I still wanted to keep that image, but I wanted to like make it more pastel green than the green I was usually associated with. So I quite literally put into ChatGPT names for a pastel green like VTuber or something, and quite literally the last option that it gave me was MintyMystique, and I'm like, it was supposed to be Minty Melody at first, but then I couldn't change my Twitch name to that. I'm like, crap, now I gotta change it again. And then MintyMystique is what it came to be. And I like it.
That's good. So, we know you like being minty colour and all that, like the green colour. Is green your favourite colour, or do you just roll with it because everyone else uses your favourite colour, something like that?
Kind of a bit of both, low-key. Like, favorite color kind of just depends on the seasons. Like, generally I'll be in a green mood, but then tomorrow I may be in a black mood. The next day I might be in a white mood type of thing.
That's not a colour, that's a shade.
Gonna knock you out.
He's right. He's right.
I already expected this.
In regards to like people taking my color, like I don't know how much you both remember. There was a hat that was specifically designed for me that I could never wear because Kara would always be rose. And I'm like, it was either Kara or Dorian that would always be rose, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. I think the rebrand has definitely helped change the aesthetic a little bit with being able to change like that entire bean entirely. and not having to take rows. But yeah.
Yeah. I noticed in Among Us, pink was always a very big color. Because if you played with me like before I started just running the Mudkip hat in that, I would always run pink. Reason why? I don't know, I just like pink. And I always
Played with him. I never played Among Us with you prior to those lobbies. Because you remember my surprise when we were doing the vanilla lobby of you being fucking Rose, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I always did it because I did pink or light pink when it's called light pink and not just rose. Because to be fair, both of the pinks look exactly the same, and I always thought I would always have to fight with someone for a pink of some kind. But then I was like, you know what, blue, I like blue. There's a Mudkip hat. Clearly, it speaks to me. So I was Mudkip in different styles.
While we're on this topic, I can give a follow-up question. Does your colour or having any clothes in Among Us benefit you in the game of the deception? Is there a strategy to it?
There's no strategy, I would say, of using the colors of really anything, because you're just kind of there. Like, because it's such unique, it's kind of hard for me to get away from certain things unless I claim Morphling or Glitch. But even then, those claims are like iffy as hell most of the time.
Yeah, people claim it off, and it's like, oh, she's like Morphling or Glitch if they get caught, and they're just like, eh.
Well, no,
I mean,
well, because the reason why
only...
I asked... Sorry, go on, finish off.
Yeah.
You finish first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there was one game that I remember. We were on Polis, and I don't know why I remember this game, like, almost exactly. We were on Polis, Ricky and I were imposter partners, I was a Grenadier. I underestimated the Grenadier radius and killed quite literally in front of everyone after the lights were fixed. And they all assumed it was a glitch or a Morphling, and I'm just sitting there silent in the meeting, just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Those are the fun one. Those is like, it's so obvious that it feels like it has to be a glitch or Morphling, even though it's just a kill. Because I've thought about that, just trying to fake, like, do a plan like that, which I haven't done yet before. But it sounds very interesting to try.
Yeah, the reason why I mentioned the no skin and the skin, because let's be realistic, I don't wear any skins in Among Us. Because when you turn off lights, people can forget things very easily. As we all learn in Among Us, you get stuff round one, and somehow you make it to the end. But people pick up a certain thing. So, for example, if you're wearing a hat and you're a darker, you know what I mean? They can mistake you for something else. And if you're trying to get like a sneaky kill with lights off, sometimes if you don't have any clothes, it's, you know what I mean? You get the kill and sneak out, and because it's dark, they think it's just a darker colour. Obviously, we all play the game. We're all deceptive and all that, so it's, you know, this is off a basic vanilla game. And
you're like an admin table, and you have both plums, or there's two different blues, but when you're one of the blues, it's okay. But if it's like Azure and light blue, and you're not that color, you will get thrown off so much. Plum and purple, those two colors mess me up too much.
And magenta and regular pink too.
Yeah, those colors mess with the admin table so much for Spy, which it makes it really hard to figure out info. By my accidental accusing the prosecutor a few times.
I purposely, when it comes to like roles with Spy and like transport and all that, if it's roles I can do kind of, if I could save it towards the end, then I'll save it towards the end. But like, say if you're medium, you can't really save that until the end. You kind of have to use it as often as you can to get as much info as you can.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about shooting me as lovers in Among Us?
No, never.
Never? Oh.
You lie so much that I can't begin to trust you
But I
by
won
anything.
of it. That one game with Tom.
Like,
The one, okay, no, I'm gonna cut for your throat again. I'm sorry, but there was one game you were mayor, and it was on Final 3. Tut was the killer. I forget what I was, but you were revealed mayor, and we all just kind of give it up because you were saying that you have all the power, you could decide the outcome of this game, and immediately I go, you better not vote yourself.
You know what's funny about that game particularly? I was so gonna vote myself. I actually was like,
I knew.
vote.
We talked so much that it's just like I begin to like figure out the moment you say something what you're gonna do.
yeah, you guys stopped my power, Crave. Outrunning you two when you both had vision on me as a mayor with no vision. Yeah.
Oh, that went out in me as a killer when I tried to be you, Minty, after you shot yourself out that first round and killed your
That was a steer game.
Oh, so
the very first game.
Yeah, that very first game when it was me, you was him, and you was the veteran, and I was Morphlin. So you veteran, right? And walked past like so many people.
Okay, yes.
And then I morphed into you as you were running up the dropship, and I ran into Lobster. And then he was like, after you shot out, he was like, we should focus on the guy below.
I was just like, I was waiting for you to take my skin, and that's literally all I was standing there for. And then Potato walks up, and I'm like, no, you can't see this, goodbye. And so Lawrence ran away, and then you ran away as me.
Yeah, when I checked the fake Minty and it was red, and then the only red person was what I tried. I was like, oh my god! It's like, and then I tried to come up with a story to try to say, oh, they unmorphed in front of me, even though I was thinking watch I would have figured out that clearly. That
I was just like, let's just.
I didn't realize you were seated that game. I was just like, oh, what did you do?
Oh yeah. To be fair, I could have been Tracker who started, and there's a different color. I could have been
the mistake you made was you said I morphed back. I was still morphed by the meeting.
I know you was. I had to come up with a story so that other killers wanted to blast me.
I was underdog as well, so I just went round
killing
and Lobster, and then I was just attacking someone.
Any story I said, you would have known it. You would have known something was up. Other killers wouldn't have thought, oh, there's Seer and Check. It's like, oh, they unmorphed. Well, I could have been, from your side, I could have been Tracker, I could have been Seer, I could have been, like, another role that I can check. I could have been Doomsayer, checked you, and it said why try. It's one of those things, it's like, you can, like, do that.
My Trapper is always great, by the way. I love just causing carnage with it. I know who's in the trap, and no one shot me a trap in that round.
Your Trapper info, nobody believes. My Trapper info, sometimes I can get people to bait it, especially, I've got Minty to shoot me as Trapper before.
But the thing is, most of the time as well, when I'm actually Trapper as well, I post the right Trapper info, even crew roles, I won't out the people, because, especially if I see a Doomsayer, and they won't shoot me. Because there's so much.
Because nobody trusts you.
Exactly.
It's not social deduction. It is not. There's trust issues when it comes to your info.
Hey, to be fair, when I'm in an event, like if I'm in an event, I'm in an event by Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you tell the truth about Vincent. Sometimes you lie about it. I've seen that.
Well, if I'm the only killer, like I have to lie. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, telling the truth is the best thing. Sometimes you get away with stuff by just completely telling the truth.
I agree with you 60%
the amount
of
of
the time.
times.
With me, if I admit, doesn't matter if I'm good, they vote me. I reveal Mayor round 1, I get voted. I catch a killer, they vote me. But speaking of
the amount of times that I've been voted out as Jester for just simply telling the truth is astonishing.
You know what's funny about my Jester? I don't even play Jester. I sit in a vent, twiddle my thumbs, no one sees me, and then on fire, people. If I'm alive on fire, people vote me.
Strat?
Literally,
like,
the amount of times I've won as Jester, and I think you can agree, Lobster, I've literally not been seen, haven't really said anything, and and then I just get voted. If I'm alive on 5, people assume I'm always bad.
Like, to be fair, all those Jester wins, me or Minty hasn't been. Minty might have been live. I know I've been dead each time that you've got a Jester win.
I've been dead, yeah. Because if
And
I'm dead, I'm just scrolling through my phone. I don't care. I
Yeah,
just wait for the game to end.
Yeah, I can usually tell when there's some Jesterino stuff coming from you, White Try. I usually know what's up, but I'm also
I'm not
always
being
dead, so I can't call it.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny. Do I really hide my plays? Because everything I do is, you know what I mean, is on purpose. I'm there to cause carnage and content for people. That's why if I'm, you know, a certain vampire, I know Minty doesn't like it as much, but I bite Minty, and if she was a fun role and then she turns bad, I'm getting outed, and then it would get my reaction. I'm like, damn, I lost a very important partner.
The one game where I was Vigi and shot you, if you had bitten me, I wasn't actually going to out you. But I was just like, there is something up. The fact that there was a Grenadier and Roddy was claiming glitch that game, there's only two other reasons why you would be chasing me. Either to bite me or to observe me as Doomsayer. Yeah. That is quite literally my logic for shooting you there.
So, I expect, like, I was shocked at the time, but I always, like, you know what I mean, I'm there to cause kind of... But, you know, while we're on the topic of roles and all that, we still haven't managed to do it, and I might need, Lobster, your help in the future for this. We need to corrupt Minty as a mayor. Why can we not corrupt you? Like, can you be corrupt?
I actually can. I don't know why the moment you started talking about corrupt mayors, there was a game, I don't even know if you would necessarily call this corrupt, but there was a game where I'm Mira, Ricky was Jester, trying to get voted out. There was a blackmailer and Karma was blackmailed. And, like, constantly blackmailed. There was an Oracle that had saved him from getting voted out.
Yeah.
Round 1. I never revealed round 1. I revealed round 2. And, I had skipped and I'm like, I'm saving your ass because I thought that he was a blackmailer.
Oh, that was the greatest moment. As well, I think that was Proxy, right?
During the proxy lobby, yeah.
I know.
Proxy lobby would have been the last time you played, at least.
Yeah. I definitely don't remember the proxy lobby to save my life.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Your RNG with freaking Hunter, dude, was, like, unreal.
and nothing with the Hunter actually procced either. Procced once and I never got thrown out. So I never got to kill no one as Hunter in the game.
Oh, that reminds me as well. When I was your client, Labstage, the prosecutor, and I was your lawyer, and then you prosecuted me, and he said I killed. I was like,
oh gosh, that took me back so much because I think I was Jester that game, and I thought that Lobster was Exy. And I thought Lobster was Exy, that you were just something. And I thought you were crew, and I'm like, why is the prosecutor getting like, what is this prosecutor?
It was my prosecutor to get revenge on, making me stress.
Oh, yeah,
one more game, we say. One more, they say.
Hey, Tamer brought you back alive. Tamer brought you back, not me.
Doesn't mean I can't throw you both under the bus.
I was like...
They stressed me out.
And I was like, I have a client in the game. They have a lighter go on.
Yeah, Minty got my stress DM. It's like, tell Ricky I'm coming. And just someone that made me late. Not gonna let you live that down.
We've gone off topic from the questions.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll bring it back to the questions. Have you ever been late, and what was the reason for you being late?
So I have actually been late. Lobster knows about this very well. It was actually last week, was it?
Yep. I know this is
it was last week. Yep. It was quite literally this past Monday. Or no. No, because finals week.
2 weeks
ago. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so it was the 6th. And I had just gotten done both of my exam-based finals. I was exhausted. I had been semi-awake since 1:30 that morning. And it was about to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the first lobby happened. I had taken a nap, kind of midday, and forgot to set my alarm going into the meeting. Or going into the round. My body woke me up on my own. I had my do not disturb on, so I never got any of the calls coming in. But my body woke me up. I looked at the time, it said 4:08, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get going.
Yeah.
I
tried to call it.
I
tried to call you, and I thought it worked, but then you said, "Oh, I didn't see the call." I was like, "Well, I tried."
You know what's
Your
funny?
phone was on do not disturb. I don't get anything.
You know the funny thing?
I don't know that.
I sent a message, and as soon as I sent a message, you appeared online. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, you sent a message. I called. We seen them appear online. One of us thought we did it, and then nope. They got up on their own.
Talking on the topic of being late, what is your most embarrassing excuse to not show up for something?
Most embarrassing excuse to not show up for something.
Yeah, well, mine is the dentist, of course.
Well, obviously. I'm trying to think of, like, what excuses I've had, because most of the time I've kind of just been telling the truth, okay? I think it's kind of just been, like, I'm busy. Like, that's kind of just the most common one, I would say, that I use.
I might lose my throat again for this question. We dabbed on it a little bit with, in a different aspect. But does it feel weird when you're shorter than some friends?
Shorter as in height?
Yes.
Not really. I mean, like, sure, I'm one of the younger ones of our normal friend group. Like, that's kind of to be expected, okay?
And if you're okay, how tall are you?
I am... I'm like 5'6" or somewhere around there. Like, I'm above the woman average in the US, but it's still relatively short compared to some other people that we're in lobbies with.
Sorry, I had a bad cough.
Oh.
Well, okay, shush. We're not gonna go on a derail with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with a bit more of a tougher question, because it is me, of course. One person from your past you wish to reconnect with?
So, there's two names that come to mind, and I have to pick one. That's the issue.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That scared the crap out of me. I thought your stream crashed for a second because I have it up on my phone right now, and it just like it paused for a second. I'm like, huh? If I had to like truly reconnect with one, like full reconnect, honestly, it would have to be the Rick Cafe, low key, because like I felt like
nice to finally see you
a sense of connection
Hopefully
with him. Well. He doesn't know that I've rebranded.
And
I
I'm
think.
Okay, by the way.
I don't think he knows about the rebrand yet, but it's been a hot minute since I've been with him. If we're talking about like slight reconnection, then we'll probably be with Delta, because like I mentioned earlier about the lobbies I became like a normal person in, and she was kind of the person hosting it at the time, and she's been doing her own stuff, taking a gap year in uni type of stuff, and just I miss her. She's a good friend.
If it's the same Delta who I know, so fun fact, how I got into this community was I think I was watching.
Okay? I hate to interrupt you, but did she have a name that she used to go by?
Probably yes, because they was in a different community from a long time ago, which...
DM me what you think the old name was. Because I remember it quite well.
I can't remember the old name.
Alright, do you want me to DM you then?
Yeah.
They're not friends on Discord, I would say.
No. So basically, I know this is sidetracking. They used to be in a community called Jake Globots. And they remember me from 2016. I completely didn't, didn't know them and all that. And then obviously they kind of like vouched for me when I was trying to sign up. Potentially, they had a bunch of different names. I can't remember if that was, you know what I mean.
I just pulled up her Discord profile. She's been on Discord since 2017, so maybe not.
Maybe not. I know them for this might be before then. But like I was saying, it could be. Like I know them on Twitter, but it was through a Twitch whisper, and then yeah. Were you ever on a Meat Beast video? I'm sorry, but my first time seeing you, and you look hello familiar. No, I was not. Will.
No.
I'll DM you afterwards about that, because I'm actually a bit more curious about that off thing.
If we're thinking about the same person, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know who
Lobster might know better, yeah.
Yeah, because I have DMs with the Delta because they played in Miota's lobbies.
In Miota's, yeah. Yes.
That's how
we're thinking about the same person, yeah.
Yeah, I figured because I've known them for a good while now as well.
If you want to ask the next question, Lobster, well, I have a double check on Twitch Whispers because that's how I finger.
It's me with another question. I'm not prepared that long. I got two fun facts, not questions. You're crazy. Huh. I wasn't prepared this far. Right. Favorite food. Let's go. This is a common thing. Favorite food. I think I know. What's the question?
Favorite food? Do I have to pick one?
You can pick like 2 or 3 if you want.
Okay, I was gonna say because
I'm not like white try. I there's some.
That's so true.
I'm the good cop.
I'm like a sucker for a good pasta. I'm kind of a sucker for sushi, low-key. Like, we have a sushi station at the university that all they've been doing is freaking poke bowls because they are completely understaffed. And it's just like, I want sushi. I don't want these
I usually don't
bowls. Just give me the sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of like my top 2.
I can confirm it is that person, by the way.
It is the same person.
Yeah, I got a message of some of their old names, and yeah, that's how I got into the community.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Okay.
I didn't recognize basically them at first, but they remembered me from that like a long time ago.
Yes, no, that's definitely her. Holy shit!
Yeah, and they vouched for, and that's how I got into, I think, playing in Hex lobbies. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's especially like that last statement of before. Like, yeah, no, that's definitely her.
Yeah, no, amazing person. So we was talking about food. Lobster asked your favorite food. What's your least favorite food?
Least favorite? That's a rough one. Hold on. I don't really think I have like a true least favorite. I mean, if we're talking about like least favorite, Brussels sprouts are kind of there. Spinach just by itself is kind of there. I'm generally an adventurous eater. If you put food in front of me, generally speaking, I will eat it. But if it's like cooked vegetables kind of by
Well,
itself,
appreciate you popping in and
really,
saying hello.
it's like not kind of my thing. Unless you're doing like broccoli or asparagus or whatever. Again, too healthy for what I try. But
Yeah. I love cooked vegetables. Brussels sprouts are one. Like you say, Brussels sprouts. It's like I like. Like to be fair, I'm not really picky of an eater anyways. Like raw veggies, I don't like, but if they're cooked or steamed and that, I usually can get down with that.
So we're still on the food topic here. Would you ever do a cooking stream since you're big on food?
if I'm still active in a few years and I can get a place in myself, then yeah.
Fair. Do you have any plans this summer?
This summer, I mean, there's some things I am not going to say. There's one that's kind of obvious that all three of us know about. That's been lost or nose, giving me kind of a good bit of anxiety. That one's kind of one I would like to keep secret, low-key. I think probably until like beginning of July, pretty much. I think it starts on the 8th that I'm going to be starting out my teaching assistant job upstate from where I am. Just falling in line with the whole thing of me becoming a teacher type of thing, but also just because I was part of this program last year, absolutely loved it, and just want to go back.
So, on this topic of a certain thing, so we've all jokingly, well, I hope jokingly, people want to come for my throat, aka also slap me.
No.
Have you seen the boss?
No, the boss.
Huh?
The boss is right here.
The boss.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
How close, like, on a scale, like, how honestly close have you actually just want to, actually slap? Obviously, it's, we're all friends and it's all jokingly and that. But had there been a time where you've actually feel like you wanted to actually slap me?
There's a certain meat situation in a certain game that is right there.
There has been times, particularly during Among Us, that I've gotten pretty damn close. If we're just in a generally VC like this, like, sure, I've come for your throat a couple of times already tonight, but not nearly to the point where I wanted to slap you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the answer was most definitely. That's what I was, because I know I push the boundary.
I don't generally get very heated when I game, but there's certain things that kind of tick me off. That if I'm in a bad mood and you tick me off, I get really crazy heated.
Yeah.
Speaking
I get
of
nodders.
What's the craziest moment what has happened to you?
Craziest moment that has happened to me. Just in general,
Yeah,
or
in
just
general.
specifically on online.
In
Okay.
general.
Craziest thing that has happened. If we're talking about has happened as in past tense,
Yeah.
then that requires a bit more thinking. But if we're talking about like conceptually, I'm gonna be a freaking senior in undergrad next year. I'm gonna be receiving my teaching certification at the end of next spring, and it's just like, what? How fast has time actually flied?
That's what happens when you grow old.
Shush. You're the oldest of the three of us. Shush.
That
Exactly. Point proven.
you're saying by that much though. Like to me.
Not by much, but still. Like,
Yeah,
still the oldest of the three of us.
I know.
And then Labs is the baby of the group.
God damn it. I haven't said a single cuss word until now. You have to say something until you get it.
Well, the big boss Mudkip would agree.
Crazy
Big Boss
thing that's
Mudkip will go
happened
for
in
the
the
throat.
past. Oh, okay.
Do you agree?
Do I say this? Do I say this? Because I've already kind of mentioned it in another server, and I don't know how much I've told you about it.
Go for
it. But the first semester this past year, we had someone who initially came in because she was working in housing moves in before everyone else. Then I moved in from like my Bandcamp stuff. She had basically claimed that her boyfriend was living in the apartment with us. It's an apartment of all girls. Yep. Yeah. So Lobster knows. They were smoking marijuana in the apartment where I think it's only medical marijuana that's legalized in our state where we go to university, and it's not like for general use. It's not legal for general use to the public. And it's just like she was leaving food in the microwave after she had heated it up on a paper plate nonetheless. And it's like there's so much that riled me up, and that's like the craziest thing for me to think about.
It is just medical, or that one.
It is just medical, yeah.
Yeah,
Lobster knows where you
yeah.
go to uni.
I also know somebody from there, and they have one of those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one I met up with back in November.
Yeah. No, the moment that you mentioned someone you knew up there, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know people around.
So we'll keep to some tough questions here because that's what I do. Longest friend online and real life, and how did you meet them?
So in real life was actually I don't even know if we're considered exes at this point, but like sort of ex, sort of not type of thing. We've known each other quite literally, I kid you not, since kindergarten.
It's just
and we started dating during like towards the end of my 8th grade year after I just broken up with a complete asshole. And him and his family are very religious. He was going off actually to do some of that. So the long distance relationship didn't really work out for both of us. So we still have to try to figure out that dynamic. And then he's going out to Idaho for like his college stuff. So it's just like, does it really make sense to continue the relationship? But that's kind of been like the longest lasting one for IRL. Longest online connection honestly would have to be Delta. Like she was the one that was like asking for people in Ari's community of, hey, I need more people when I want to be interested, feel free to reach out type of thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I was intimidated by her at first. Like very intimidated by her at first. Before I even knew that she was trans, and I'm like, okay, I could kind of work with this. And then we have the same chaotic vibe that is just like, it's kind of hard to escape from that.
Yeah. Delta does have that chaotic energy. Yeah, I've had some interesting proxy games with them.
I haven't known them as long as
I have a clip from when I was under the old name that if you want me to share in the group chat, I can. I still have access to it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, there's such a crazy moment of a proxy lobby where I was Undertaker with her. And it was just
I know
like,
this one.
You know this one.
Yeah, burning bodies. Yeah, I remember.
No, you need to hear what I heard, because that was when like ghosts could still like, talk to the imposters, and I'm like, I'm an added Undertaker at that point, and I'm just like vibing. It's so funny.
Yeah, I remember bodies being brought as like a sacrifice. Like, I got you a bite. Because I remember I'm pretty sure, like, for one of those
You were an
Undertaker.
Andy. You were an Andy at that point.
Yeah, but I think because I was given a body, it's like, I don't care. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually. If you didn't, you weren't expecting it, but I went towards the music direction today, so. The first known woodwind instrument appeared over 43,000 years ago in the form of a flute carved from a thigh bone of a bear. It's a fun
The
fact.
thigh bone of the bear was interesting. I knew about the flute part, but the thigh bone of the bear was interesting.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I knew absolutely none of these facts, so, you know.
You're not a music person, so of course you wouldn't.
Walker doesn't know a lot of random stuff that I figure out.
That's why he's the co-host. But going back to, you know, us trio amigos type thing. What was your first impression of when you met myself and Lobster?
Dude, I honestly don't remember, just because we've interacted so much that it's just like, I honestly do not remember first impressions, literally at all.
Okay, so
Yeah, me and Minty have known each other for a while, and we don't even remember when we first talked in that.
Okay, so we might not know the first impression. What is your impression now?
Chaotic. Just both of you, just straight chaotic. I don't care.
I'm neutral, chaotic.
I'm just white.
I'm chaotic neutral.
You're both chaotic. You're still chaotic nonetheless, even if you're chaotic.
How are we chaotic?
Is that even a question?
Yes.
Do you see the screen?
Is that even a question? Like, hello?
Yeah. You want to dive deep into it? That's the name of the show. That's the name of the show.
Always.
If you're trying to get me to dig deep into that, there's literally nothing to dig deep about. It's just there.
Just see me in no mics. You'll see why I'm chaotic.
Oh, we know. Like, we know. Chat may not know, but, you know, that's what we're all here about. And
they need to watch more streams of yours.
I have a very important dentist appointment, so I do miss it. But anyway, but back on topic. That's one thing you'll learn about us three, and you know what I mean? We always go off topic. Like, it's why we get on so great. We just like, I don't know, just go on and just, we never end. That's why Minty usually goes and says, just leaves the call, because she'll never get to say goodnight if me and Lobster has to keep talking.
It's more of it's me.
Yeah. Everyone sees you as a shy Lobster. He's not shy, guys. Back to some more questions. One lesson you've learned from the past, which you now know, which you wish you learned back then.
Wow, that's a deep one. Holy crap! Hold on. I think it's kind of would just be take no shit. Like, there's been so many things I've seen as a moderator where I've been, especially like early on, kind of lenient, where it's been like taking advantage of people, but throughout the years as a moderator, it's just been kind of like, okay, this seems like it could be crap. Screw it, I'm bonking them, type of thing.
Yeah. So, we've talked a variety of different things. obviously, we know you don't get to do much games. Which one game you haven't played, which you would want to play?
So, you you started thinking about the question, and I'm already trying to figure out what my answer was to this. And then there's one game that immediately came to mind. I still have it downloaded, and it's still in my Steam list. Freaking Pico Park, man! Like, the amount of collaboration that is needed for that can obviously become like overdone to the point where you want to go at each other's throats, and that's where the content lies. In my opinion, like I want to be able to like have that collaboration aspect that I love just from playing Among Us. Like I love the social aspect, but at the same time, the content comes from like going at each other's throats, and it's just like, that's me.
Okay, so before I have a follow-up question for that, we have a question from Tank, which I don't know why this is a question, but sure, why not, Tank? You get your name mentioned. When will Try start parkouring his way into a brand new video / live stream?
Huh? Wait, what?
When will Try stop parkouring his way into a brand new video / live stream?
Tank, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have absolutely no clue what you mean.
What's my intro of my streams?
I literally have only listened to it once. I don't have it memorized.
It's basically, it's Try, guys, aka Harambe, parkouring my way into a brand new video. Or live stream.
Okay.
So he was just doing my intro type thing.
Exactly.
It was a trick question.
I had no clue. I didn't know what was being mentioned. I quite literally have only listened to it once, and I remember telling you. I regret listening to that.
Yeah, I have regrets every Sunday. I can't. If you just look at my camera during any intro, I'm just me trying to hold back and not just.
And this is why I completely burst out laughing at the start of this podcast.
Yeah, when I asked you how you wanted, did it?
Yeah, I held back.
So you mentioned Pico Pat. Would you ever do Pico Pat with me and Lobster?
If it's just the three of us, then no, because there needs to be someone to keep us all grounded.
Yeah. Also, Pico Park is more enjoyable when you have more people as well.
When you have, but if it's like, if you two are if all three of us are like in the mix of like, say, 7 or 8 people, then sure, I'd be able to tolerate it a bit more.
I'm gonna cut you off. I don't think you would want me in this. It's me plus Pico Pat.
Yeah.
My throat will be at the back of my head.
Exactly, that's where the content lies. I'm telling you, the content of Pico Park lies literally for coming at each other's throats.
Mm-hmm. It might be still around.
What might be still around?
Back when, what was it called? Last month during Siri's birthday, they did Pico Park. Yeah. You just watch some of the chaos of it with me. I kind of got on their nerves a little bit. I didn't know if it was still around or not, and it's still around.
One person you haven't played with much, who would you like to play with more? If you had free time, of course.
Ooh. If I had free time, there's 2 names that come to mind, and that's the issue. Because you're asking for one.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say both?
You can say both, but then I'm going to ask you to choose one.
Fuck. Okay. If I'm going to just say it point blank, then it would be River and Siri. Siri, we haven't seen really much as of more recent in Ricky's lobbies, and I really enjoyed playing with them. River is just starting to get back into things, and
Yeah,
I enjoy playing with them prior to the rebrand, and just seeing them come back just makes me happy. If I had
Yeah.
to pick one,
maybe talk about the same people I know.
if I had to pick one, it would probably have to be River. Just because we already have like so much history from like my other lobbies and such that I'm so happy that they're coming back to the game.
Yeah. You both know me and Lobster are so prepared for these types of stuff. Totally don't do anything lastminute.com. When it comes to being on time, then that's more Lobster. But preparing and all that, that goes out the window. If you could choose one person to be on this podcast show, who would you choose and why?
Okay, I've actually been thinking about this question because I've been like thinking about what we've talked about in the past. I know, who was it, Kara that mentioned Ronnie that wanted to come on, or was that Soul? I forget.
No,
It was one of the two.
I mentioned that Ronnie potentially might be interesting. Kara said Mav. Soul actually said Kara. And yeah.
Okay. So Soul said Kara. Kara was already on. Kara said Mav. And then we were talking about potential for Tessany. So I think those are already out the window. What are you talking about in the group chat? Hold on. Oh, that. Okay. I just saw the thing in the group chat. I was like, huh. One person to be on the podcast. That's an interesting one. I think Karma would be interesting.
Evil Karma.
You know one person who I think might be a good, interesting one?
What's up?
Delta. Since, you know,
oh my gosh, yeah.
The history of Delta, like, obviously, I've known her for a long time, and
longer than both of us, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't technically didn't know them, but know of them. So I think that one would be an interesting one, which maybe.
I mean, hey, I still have some connection with her. If you want me to ask, I can ask.
I also have connection with them. I have DMs with them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might not be a content creator, but just the history of that person. Like,
it doesn't. I think it'll be fun. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, when you mentioned their name, I was like, that one would actually be an interesting one. Off the, like, you know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah.
You got another question, Lobster?
Do we want? You know my answer.
Yeah, come on, Lobster. I've got to be the bad cop sometimes.
Yeah, she got more. I talked more today than I have, so.
I know. It's definitely a special edition. By the way, chat's got questions. You're more welcome to ask as well.
Yeah. Last time I started talking a lot, we went off the rails.
But this is the podcast, you know what I mean? Yes, there's questions, but, you know, at the end of the day, we're all friends. We're getting to know each other. Well, we already know each other, but chat gets to have fun. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite bit that happens? Like,
favorite bit?
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to directly involve you, but just something that you find really funny when it happens.
You've murdered that.
I'm sorry. The tit ship. When we're on Polis and there's a grenadier.
Good old.
That's like, ever since Kara coined the term tit ship, it's been my favorite thing about that.
We love that. Another mention is I know you have done it, I have done it. I don't know if Watcher has done it, but bombing your partner on accident or on purpose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Pretty funny anyway.
Tessany, if you're gonna edit this, put in the clip that you made for me with me and Dorian because it's so fucking funny.
Enable clip right now.
Wow.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Right, this is another one from Tank. if you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, are you weak or strong?
Well, technically, you can't really punch yourself in the face, I don't think. So, wouldn't that just be an impossible question?
Well, you can punch yourself, technically.
It's not gonna be a full force pun. That's
Well, it's similar to the idea of, like, you pinching yourself. Like, you just don't feel the pain.
depend. Yeah, because you were smart enough to not want to do it do it hard enough that you hurt
I
yourself.
kid you not, I'm punching myself in the head right now, and I don't feel pain.
Don't. I'm on a camera, so I can't test myself.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Have you ever been interested in sports?
Yeah, okay. So there's the interesting answer for this. I didn't have a choice but to become interested in football because of my involvement in the marching band. Because, like, you literally kind of know what's happening in order to understand when to play.
Yeah.
Is that American football or the
This
UK
is American
version?
football.
You know this is American.
This is American football.
The listeners wouldn't know actually, so
Yeah.
That's fair.
Another question.
Tank will get to that in a minute. Tank, no, I'm not finished my response. Tank will get to that in a minute. In regards to, like, sports I actually get into, baseball is kind of the one that, like, I'll periodically get into, especially if, like, my favorite team, who I'm not going to say, I'm going to be MUDKIPPED for that, is doing well. But in regards to your question, Tank, I would say yes. Because, like, you gotta keep control of your facial hair, and, like, I have, like, generally thick eyebrows that I don't really take control of, and I, like, gotta fix that, but I still consider it to be facial hair.
Anyway,
it's on your face, so.
Going back a little bit, have you ever been to a basketball game?
I have.
Not basketball, baseball, wasn't it? So.
It's still, I have. Support. The team that I root for is pretty local to where I live, and I'm not trying to dox myself today.
That's fair.
But I've been to, like, the games at that stadium for when they're home type of stuff. They've been doing
Have you ever hit
pretty
a home
okay.
run?
So, have I ever hit a home run?
Yep.
Me specifically, for when I did my softball years, I don't think I have.
Fair.
So that's like going years back.
How many years
we
back?
love going back years. Enough.
Well, I'm 20 now. I started playing when I was like 4 or 5. So you do the math.
What, 16, 15?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Tank is bringing out all the fiery questions. What is the worst sandwich ingredient in your opinion?
Worst sandwich ingredient? Ooh, that's an interesting one.
You know when like when people don't know how to carry the bread and it gets squished and it looks super bad. That's the worst sandwich ingredients. It is specifically squished bread.
I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't know that.
Are we talking about? Okay, so there's 2 different answers that I have for this question, and I want to make sure I'm answering it with the correct option. Tank, are you talking about within the sandwich and between the 2 slices of bread specifically, or are you talking in general of the entire sandwich?
You know what? I'll jump in. You can do both.
I can do both? Okay.
Yeah.
So, if we're talking about within the sandwich specifically, then it's gonna have to be... I've known people to have put ketchup on their sandwiches, and it's just like, okay, that one's a little much. Yeah, in the slices of bread. So it would be ketchup in that sense. If we're talking about in the general sense of the sandwich, there's a type of bread that I've seen. I don't know how familiar you both are, but it has like these bits of pieces of like grains and stuff within the slices of bread, and I absolutely hate it.
I know. I don't remember the name, but yeah, I've seen it before.
Sorry, but if it's bacon sandwich, ketchup is allowed.
No.
Okay, if it's talking about solely a bacon sandwich, then I guess like if you're doing kind of like a breakfast sandwich type of thing and you're doing bacon with it, then sure, that's fine. Because most of the time breakfast sandwiches are going to have eggs, which you standardly would do ketchup with eggs. But if you were talking about a normal like lunch sandwich, then no. I'm sorry, I can't.
If you put 2 pieces of bread around a car, is it a car sandwich?
What?
If you put 2 pieces of bread between like on the at the outside of a car, is it a car sandwich?
If the bread is lined up, yes.
Yeah, but then doesn't make it that the car's yours now because because you made the sandwich, or is it?
No.
Is it bad? I've had this conversation before with an IRL friend while during a fire drill before.
Strange, because the question came out of left field, and I'm like, where the hell are you getting this from?
From my head. I can always come out of left field whenever I come up with. I'm really good at doing it.
What's your favorite restaurant experience?
Experience?
Yeah.
Shit. How old was I turning? I don't remember how old I was turning, but I remember it was the day before our birthday, where my family had taken me to the melting pot, which is like this fondue chocolate, melted chocolate stuff, and you put different food items on a stick and you just dip it in. It was just like, oh my gosh, I want to go back, but it's super expensive. How late is too late to cancel a plan with someone? How late is too late to cancel a plan? I'd say if you're doing it like immediately as it's happening, then obviously that's kind of just like, okay, what the fuck? I'd say probably like 2 to 3 hours in advance would probably kind of be the limit for me.
Also depends on the situation too. You know?
Yeah, if it's an emergency thing, like you can't really plan. It's like, oh, an emergency gonna be happening this afternoon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I imagine.
But like even then, there's times where there's been times where like I needed to finish working on an assignment, and I've like literally had to message Ricky like, "Hey, sorry, this is last minute. I've got to step out and finish this."
Yeah, like that's something that stuff like that. If it comes up on you and you're not, and it's just a deadline to it, you kind of have to.
Right.
Thanks for filling out all the questions. Saving lobster here. What's the most bizarre food combination that you've tried and actually enjoyed?
I don't know if I would necessarily say this is bizarre, but I definitely have had a lot of weird looks given that I go to school from out of state, like going to school out of state. Putting mayonnaise on top of fries. It's definitely a thing from where I'm from. Like, it's fairly common, I would say.
I've heard of it.
Speaking of fries, I've got because I know Tam may probably ask this question. I've never done it. I don't know if you have, Lobster. Have you ever dipped your fries in milkshake?
Oh yeah,
that's absolutely a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the salt and sweetness goes together.
What in England people do the mayonnaise on fries?
Probably. I'm in a
Listen, I'm not trying to open it right now. I can still see the questions coming in.
Yeah, I've I've heard of people putting mayonnaise on their fries. Like, I put fries on my burgers, and my burger has mayonnaise, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I've
Fine.
definitely gotten some like weird looks for putting like drowning my fries in mayonnaise, pretty much.
You can't listen to those people. They don't have good drivers. I don't hear from them.
True.
Favorite fast food place?
Fast food. Wendy's.
What about your worst?
I'm mudkipped.
Uh,
There's a reason why I'm saying that, and I feel like you'd be coming after my throat for that one.
I should say, why you mudkipped? Get it? Because it's the show, but no, I understand.
That explanation that I just gave is probably enough to give you why.
Yeah. We up north in England, you can get fries slash chips with gravy.
Your gravy over there is a little bit different from over here, so.
If you could choose 5 things, like, because obviously you guys are in America, so this is more if you was to come over here in the UK, what 5 things would you like to try in the UK? And why?
I definitely feel like there's a difference between the way fish and chips are cooked here versus over there. I don't know why, I just have a feeling that that's probably the case. Because it's always, like, the regional food that they always mess up in some way.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think over here, if they mess up fish and chips, they just add actual season into it.
Well, yeah. What's it called? Freaking... I do want to actually try mushy peas. I don't know why, I just want to try it. What, battered sausage? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah.
That is, yeah, okay, that's a thing. Fuck! I'm blanking on it. Fuck, what's it called?
Would you want to try blood pudding? I know that's something.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
So that's 4. That's already 4, damn.
Yep, you fly through.
Fuck, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Fuck. Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta look this up. No, I want to look this up because I'm pretty sure I'm like recalling the name. I just want to make sure that I'm like remembering it right. Can my freaking thing type, please? My God.
I know an English breakfast could be interesting because it is an interesting assortment of stuff.
Yeah, that's like, you got like egg,
It is what it is. It's a freaking sausage roll. Okay.
sausage roll. Yeah. Does that mean you'll go to Greg's? Or
Probably, yeah.
yeah. So, I eat sausage rolls, so I know that.
Oh, because I remember.
You actually eat something else? Oh
Yeah.
my.
When I go to the gym, I have to have something after my workout.
Half the time you just eat burgers and chips. I don't care eating
No,
other stuff.
No, I eat bacon, Dutch sausage, chicken dippers, chicken nuggets.
Okay.
What else do I have? I have a few.
I don't think we have Java cakes over.
I don't think we do. I don't think we do.
I have never seen. It is like it is a UK thing. It's a sponge cake with orange flavored jam, and chocolate. I've never heard of this over here.
Oh, but that sounds really good, though. Hold on.
Yeah.
I might need to change one of my answers. Hold on.
What's your favorite animal?
Axolotl. I mean, there's a reason why I kept it as part of the rebrand.
Yeah. Other than Axolotl, what would your next favorite be, and why?
dog. I've got two dogs at home. One named Mocha, one named Pumpkin, and they're freaking wild as heck. But I love them to death.
Yeah. Okay. Um. I'm trying to think of another question. Can you get them on the world market and Amazon, but not just in stores? It seems.
Yeah, I was looking. I was looking to drop for cakes. I hit Mudkip. My thirst will be gone later.
Yeah.
No, not the Mudkip.
Yeah. You know when your mic and the Mudkips is right in front of your face. It's sometimes I have to look around when I'm typing stuff.
The big boss wants to take control. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, another question I have. If you could have any superpower in the world, what superpower would you have and why?
I think I kind of have Sam Mudkip for this one as well. Just because, one, there's just so many options, and two, is just so stereotypical that it's just like, I don't feel comfortable. It's just like so cliche, and it's just like, I like some of the tougher questions. Like, kind of more personal questions, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your experience on this podcast so far?
I'm gonna say this, and then I don't want either of you to take offense to this, but abnormal, because this is the first. This... Oh my god!
That one, officer. Get him, officer.
Question. What was I saying? Oh, I completely forgot now.
What's your experience of the podcast?
Experience of the podcast just kind of like unusual and kind of awkward, just because like this is my first podcast and everything. I don't know half of what to do, and even then, it's like not even truly formal.
Yeah. Us formal.
Yeah,
Like,
to me normal.
So if I said we've been going on, like right now the stream's currently at 1 hour 46 minutes. We've been flying through it.
We've been like going at it, yeah.
Yeah.
We got another one from Tang, so you know it's going to be a good one. When you put your socks and shoes on, do you do sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
Generally speaking, it's more sock, shoe. Yeah. Like, if I'm going out the door, I'll probably will already have my socks on anyway. But I think there's only been, like, certain rare instances where I'll only do the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely do sock, shoe when I leave the house.
I usually go sock shoe, but that also really depends if I'm hurrying up. But to be fair, I've also ran out of the house, just putting shoes on and just grabbing my socks, and it ran with me. Right. That wasn't a fun morning.
We're gonna go back a while when we talked about games, and we didn't dive too much into the gaming aspect because we went went on our things. What consoles did you grow up with? Like, I know you wasn't much of a gamer at the moment because of your real life situation, but when you was young, what games, like consoles, did you grow up with?
So there was a lot of Wii gaming going up, and that's kind of like been the one going up. A lot of Just Dance here and there. a bunch of other games, and then I kind of took a break for a while because we kind of matured out of that phase, and it's kind of just been focusing on school. It wasn't until I think going into my freshman year of college that I started really picking back up again.
Yeah. Why didn't you play just okay? We go with that? Okay. On the topic of insomnia, so insomnia is a gaming invention in the UK, and obviously I did meet Tank at Insomnia and that, and yeah, they made me go on Just Dance, and I was very bad at it. I also got cramp going down on one knee to start off the thing, but
where's to get a cramp doing Just Dance?
Yes, so that's why. And Tam mentioned that. But on the topic of gaming events, have you ever experienced a gaming event? Have you been to a gaming event? Like, are you planning on going one day? Like, yeah.
So I haven't been to anything as of yet. Would love to go to TwitchCon someday and just kind of meet up with some people, but that's obviously can't happen until I can afford it, because I am broke as hell right now. In regards to like general meetups, I mean, there's things that are obvious between the three of us right now that is kind of safe to say.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of meetups, would you ever give an autograph?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know how to actually give a signature of my IRL name, so I don't even know how to give like a proper signature of anything regarding my name as Minty. So I think that's enough to give you your answer.
So what you're saying is that's something I've got to do. Got it. Just to be awkward.
Interested, I want to try it. I grab a pen.
Don't worry, why? Exactly, I can't do autographs either. But speaking of things, what's the funniest name you've heard a restaurant be called?
I am Mudkipped. Fuck you.
What? I didn't do anything.
Good old.
What did I do?
You know why. You know why. I know exactly where this question's going. Fuck you.
I also know. I know where this was going as well.
Sorry, I don't know what it means, guys.
You definitely know. Oh, Lord.
What is the highlight of this year for you, and what is the highlight of last year for you, and why?
Highlight of last year, I'm not gonna lie, was counting down into the new year of this year. Last year I had one of my more difficult academic years, and I was really struggling mentally last year, and it was just like, oh, thank God it's finally over. For this year so far, kind of the highlight hasn't really happened yet, but I'm gonna be turning 21 on June 18th, and I'm really looking forward to that.
So obviously, for the viewers, and obviously me and Labs already know this, you're quite close to myself and Labster, you know what I mean? We have many talks, and that. Without the core people who, you know, you day-to-day talk to, is there anyone you can go to, you know, open up to? And if so, who?
I hate to bring her back into the conversation, but Delta, because she's like she used to stream a lot before she decided to take a break from stuff, and I became one of her moderators as well. And she's kind of been, at least prior to meeting this specific group of people that we see nowadays, kind of been like the shoulder that I tended to lean on the most. And she's kind of been also one of the main supporters of the rebrand as well.
Do you enjoy reading?
No, I absolutely hate reading.
You hate reading. What was your favorite book then?
I don't think I think I'm gonna have to be MUDKIPPED on this one because I don't think I want to answer this.
Okay.
The fuck is that?
What?
What did you just say in the group chat?
Lobster's doing things.
Try to like write cursive of Minty.
It's cursive. Like, sure, I know how to like do my stuff in cursive, but like actually coming up with a professional signature.
I don't care about actual signatures. I was just interested in trying to do cursive.
I just see in the group chat the freaking like post-it note or whatever. I'm like, what?
Signatures are like weird because it's like you can just like you just do like little scribbles at the end and like no one will know. And
so this is the moment where now they put that signature on screen because Lobster wrote a signature on Minty. So we're just gonna get that nice picture on stream right about now for you guys. There you go.
Tessany will send it over to you. We're sending a whole lot of things to Tessa to put in because it only makes sense if other people see when this gets put on the channel for what we're looking at.
Like, I think my cursive was pretty good in doubt though. Close enough.
Useless as it is useful, but the word like can be used accurately in terms of a grammatical sense, but we always tend to use it nowadays as kind of like an interjection. Like I just did it. I literally just said like as part of an interjection, and it's just so like misused. And literally is another one. Oh my gosh, it's one where you can use the meaning correctly in a grammatical sense, but in like a day-to-day talk, it's so annoying when people use it.
Going back to this, one person who you are now friends with, who you wished you was friends back, like, you know what I mean, you wish you was friends for longer.
As crazy as this may sound to both of you, and probably a lot of people who have known me, but Ricky. Like, the two of us knew of each other from older lobbies and such, but it wasn't until, like, I started joining in his community and in his lobbies that I feel like the two of us really have become close until then. And even then, like, we're still not like besties, but we still kind of enjoy being in lobbies with each other, type of thing.
Favorite, if you could choose an ideal lobby to play Among Us with, who would you have in it? We'll go with 12.
Boy, you're making me pull up names. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me take a look for a second. obviously us three. Ricky, I feel like a good portion of what Ricky's lobbies have been have kind of been like the ideal. Like us three, Ricky, Karma, Ronnie, Mav, Kara, Dorian, Soul, Tut. Yeah, there's that. I feel like a lot of what Ricky's lobbies have been kind of ideal. My computer is on 17%. I'm just letting you both know.
That doesn't
To
sound
be
too
fair,
bad.
chat, I warned them prior to this that my computer was unplugged because none of my outlets basically work in my room anymore, so I can't actually plug it in.
To be fair, we have been going for like 2 hours.
Yeah, sure.
The stream's been going for 2 hours at this point, so.
You got anything else?
I just wanted to let you both know. That's all.
Not
You
good.
got anything else you want to ask Lobster?
Like you asked me, like I am prepared.
No, that's what I'm predicting. You're unprepared, so it puts you on the spotlight.
Yeah. I am Mudkipped.
Well, yes, I do know you are Mudkipped. You know, you are the co-host. You know, we have multiple Mudkips. But surely you got another question.
I gotta talk to the boss.
Okay, talk to the boss and let me get back to it.
I gotta
Let me
mute
talk
this.
to the boss.
The boss just said Mudkip, so take it as
Okay, so
Mudkip
Mudkip's got
question
a
mark.
question. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mudkip question mark? Mudkip period.
I think it is. It sounds like Mudkip says Mudkip. I think it's asking Mudkips. Like them.
Yeah, I like them. They're cute.
Yeah.
Well, they're good. I got my Pokemon question for today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's your favorite profile picture you've seen on your experience online? And then I'm gonna ask for you for the top 6 of your all-time favorite profile pictures you've seen.
First one's the one I currently have.
Other than yourself, other than yours.
Oh, come on, dude.
I can't.
It
It was
wasn't-
an easy
No.
option.
It wasn't. You didn't state it when you first asked the question. There is a loophole in your
Exactly.
question. You didn't say
You
not
didn't say
yourself.
yourself in the original question.
Okay,
Um,
well, now, like, you cannot
But
say yours.
also, okay. If we're talking about other than mine, there's other people that have the frog profile that are also really cute. So, loophole.
Okay, other than a frog profile picture, if you want to try and keep finding loopholes, I'll take away the loophole.
Okay, no, I'm not doing that because these are literally like custom made for each of us. And Ari Sunshine, check them out. Very cool person. She did a phenomenal job on these profile pictures. I'm not changing my answer from that.
Alright, then what about the other 5?
The other 5, I'm trying to figure that out, low key.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
It's a good one.
Tessa will send that in. That's my second. Send that to Lytra as well, so he has context.
It's in the group chat.
It's in the group chat.
Oh, it is in the group chat. Okay, I didn't see. I thought you just sent it to me.
No.
Well, this is where the next picture on the screen for Tess.
the next picture will come into play. Just put it on top of my little icon, I guess.
Don't make me do work.
I'll get that officer to send it them.
Yeah. Trying to think. I like Tessany's. I actually really like both of yours. So what is that? 5? How many did you ask me for? 6?
Yeah.
Fuck. I think any of the frog ones kind of just falls into that number 1 as well. And just kind of like looking through my previous DMs of shit.
I want another one, which isn't a frog one.
Oh, so you want the 7th? Okay. Well, I'm saying all the frog ones fall into that first category, but fine.
Okay. I have to be
So we could go. We could go for 7. Fine. I like Rivers. Rivers is good.
Yeah, River's making a new one actually.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, I might have a new PFP at some point as well.
Okay.
The mudkips are coming.
The mudkips.
Oh god.
Oh,
I'm scared. I'm scared now. And then low key, I don't know why this one makes me kind of laugh, but it's still cute nonetheless. But Pawpaws.
I would love Mavs.
Okay. Who's more intimidating, me or Lobster, and why?
I feel like this is kind of going back to first impressions. I don't know why we're going back to this, but I feel like if I did have a first impression of both of you, that I probably would have thought that Y-Try was more intimidating.
Well, it does make sense. Lobster is the baby of the group, so.
That's fair.
I'm intimidating depending on the situation. If I'm in a bad mood, you don't want to get in my way. I can be intimidated when I'm. Mine is
when you're not in a good mood. Yeah, you're obviously intimidating. But like, if we're talking just about like,
regular, yeah.
It's been so long since I met both of you for the first time. Longer, more so than Y-Try. But it's just like I don't remember the first impressions half the time of these people.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
speaking on topics with this, was you was you shocked by, the way somebody looked, for example, the first time you experienced, like, when you meet a person, you have an idea what you think they'll be like or what they look like. Have you ever been shocked, and if so, who?
I feel like there's been a number of people that I've kind of been taken aback by. Like, I don't honestly. I feel like I was definitely surprised, Lobster, when you opened your face cam for the first time. I mean, I think one's kind of obvious with like Ricky's face reveal and everything. I don't think really any of us were kind of expecting that, to be honest. I wasn't expecting him to hit the 400 subs to get that goal, but hey, it happened. But yeah, I feel like those two are kind of like two that really kind of stand out.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't really sure. Like, not many people knew what I looked like originally as well, because I was like, social awkward guy over here.
I'll see. People knew what I looked like, they just didn't know I streamed, because I just didn't tell anyone.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm it's there to be seen, but I don't...
Can I position myself in a good way to be able to do this? Hold on.
Like, you can... Like, we can blame my IRL friend because they had a webcam and they just got a better camera, and they said, hey, you can have this and use for streams. Never got used for streams. They got used for other stuff. Yeah.
Not good lighting. Hold on. What the hell? This is not very good lighting without giving too much about myself away. Hold on. Can I do this?
Don't worry. The 2 lights above me are out.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we are. We have a wild Minty.
A wild Minty indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, one thing which I think all 3 of us can do, usually where we all jump on camera and just chill out. Till Minty yells at us to go and sleep, and then Minty just disappears because me and Lobster can talk.
You get yelled at. You get yelled at to sleep. My sleep, like, you're up way later than I am.
Yeah, but I'm also up a lot earlier than you as well.
You not sleeping until super late doesn't mean you're up early. I don't like hear it from you.
Speaking of yelling, who is the person you've yelled at the most and why?
Oh, yeah, which way is this way?
I'm
I gotta
completely
remember.
pointing over the wrong direction for me.
My camera has it opposite.
I agree.
My
that
camera
one
has
also
it that
points.
my wall, like White Trice wall and my wall are like this. On stream, it is the opposite. So I did
no,
the other
it's the
way. It's this way.
opposite,
It's
yeah.
this way.
Yeah,
I stream it with
But you started putting it left for me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's right.
Not that one. That guy. Plug it everywhere.
No.
That one gets shot at.
I don't get. To be fair, is it really yelling? No. Because I haven't actually
my
been. I
face
haven't
completely
really,
mirrors Robster's right now. It's so funny.
I haven't been yelled at. I've been probably more concerned, frowned upon, like Lobster's doing
Even
right
my-
now.
That's more accurate. That's more accurate.
Even Mudkip's looking is currently in
No,
the concerned
Mudkip's
block.
looking towards the same way you thought I was.
Mudkip's looking away.
Yeah. There we go. Now you're looking. Yeah, for most you're on the left hand side, and then.
What was that?
You're trying to give the death stare at me.
It's the boss. I said don't. Yeah.
You know what? Well, while we're on silly questions, does socks belong with sandals on?
Up to the
Oh.
person.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Like,
like,
if it-
if they
okay.
wear, they wear. If they find comfortable,
It-
I don't care what they do.
I'm asking
Oh.
you.
I have a question then for you both,
Oh, well,
based on this question.
okay.
Would you consider Crocs to be sandals?
Go on, love, so you can answer that one.
I've owned Crocs and I've owned sandals. I feel like I wouldn't consider them. Like there's like the strap sandal and thing that's like it's just the one strap that goes on. That's a sandal, but Crocs it's like they have the whole cover over it, so I wouldn't say they are.
Okay.
Plus the material they're made out of isn't usually
Right.
I'm going to be honest,
Okay.
I don't have a Scooby-Doo what it is. To be fair, I don't
That's fair.
tend to go
I
out
could
the
tell.
house.
Yeah, I could
That's fair. It's definitely more of an American thing. I just wanted to ask because that response basically kind of dictates my answer for this. Socks do not belong with sandals, in my perspective. But when the weather gets cold and you're wearing Crocs, then it's okay. Because I know there's a big debate about wearing socks with Crocs.
Have you ever been camping?
No, I've not actually. I would love to.
You would love to. Who would your ideal
not.
group you would want to go camping with? If you could choose a group to go camping with.
Probably some of like my close uni friends. I can't really do my immediate family because one member will not like she needs to have a pure bathroom type of thing in order to do her business and everything. Like she cannot go in the wild.
Makes sense.
Fair. If you could give any life lesson to the people in chat, what would be your best advice to give? And why?
I'm gonna say that I'm mudkipped for this one just because I'm so young and still have a lot more to go.
Okay. Jesus, we've been going for like 2 hours and to like 50
I know.
minutes.
I just checked my percentage, and I'm at 9% on my computer right now.
it's
So like
2 hours, 12 minutes, 13 minutes actually. Just
Well, what we'll
Yeah.
do...
Destiny, we're sorry.
No. You're not sorry.
We're not sorry. Karma, you asked about it. But, this is what happens when, let's be realistic, the three of us do get in calls. You know what I mean? We have, like, you know what I mean? And they get to know
Yeah.
more about yourself. Obviously, I wasn't as evil cop as I could have been today. I was still bad cop.
You were still bad cop in a
Yeah,
sense.
I'm still getting my throat coming.
I had the chain held your back some.
To get this wrapped up with, is there anything you would like to say? Any last bit message towards chat?
I mean, kind of first and foremost, thank you for the opportunity for me to actually do my first podcast. Like, this has been genuinely such an amazing experience. Thank you to chat for tuning in. And you can find me live usually Mondays and Tuesdays for Among Us at twitch.tv/MintyMystique.
Or you can just click on this link and follow this amazing person. I have to use the command with it.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great to have you. Obviously, I know you was quite nervous.
Oh, definitely.
It was, because obviously I know some questions probably haven't wanted to share, which, you know what I mean, if I was more evil, I probably would have pushed a bit more, but knowing some situations, respectively, we was a little bit more prepared for me and Lobster this time around. We made sure we had a little chat before what questions was a no-go.
It's not gonna be the same as next time. To be fair,
you've had so far. I've probably been the one that you've both known the most about, is the thing. So you both were easily able to prepare for me.
To be fair, also, it's the comfortability as well. I think that's probably got me speaking a little bit more than normal, because some people I don't get to talk to as often.
Yeah, and you know Minty probably the most out of all of us, and also as well, you have to say more to stop me.
It's also
being a bad cop.
It's also the matching energy works pretty well. It's the be able to be chaotic, but also the social introvert in me. It's like,
But yeah, chat, that's going to be it for this podcast part. I have no idea what I'm doing after this. But big thanks for you two coming on, Minty. I know it was like lastminute.com as always. I need to get better. I need to get better at asking people. If you don't know who Mint is, her channel is right there as Ashley joins the chat. This is where we sit down, have a bit of laugh, just waffle. Like, this went on for 2 hours and 15. The time just flown by. Go and show Minty some love. If you want to be on in a future episode, do let us know. There's always fun. Obviously, I am the bad cop in all this scenario. Mudkip's more the good cop. But yeah, it's always good fun. We're always down to get people on. I know we now mentioned Delta. Who else did you say, Minty? Who you would like? Karma. So potentially Karma. Evil Karma, yes. Obviously, we reached out to Ronnie as well. That's gonna be hilarious. I will have to ask him about the desync. Because the amount of time
that's a given. That's a pure given.
The Aussie peen. Like, I can say one thing is
I gotta go. My PC's gonna die.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.